ahead.
Hi, I'm Sheila Arnett, and I'm running for School Board District 1 here in Marion County. Thank you so very much to the Denellen Chamber for doing this. I have been in Marion County since 1981. I've seen a lot of changes. When I first moved here, Paddock Mall was brand new. State Road 200 was a 2-lane road. We have seen a lot of growth and a lot of changes here in Marion County. My husband Earl and I have 3 children and 4 grandchildren. The children are almost 50, 36, 21. The grandchildren are 24, 18, 11, and 10. So any age kid you have, we've got at least one of those. We have been members at Central Christian Church for over 30 years. Very active in our community. I'm currently on the board of the Marion County Homeless Council, formerly on the board of the Marion County Literacy Council. I've worked for many years with a small nonprofit down in Bellevue that works with disadvantaged children in the south part of our county. Earl and I and our children have always been very involved. We've volunteered. During Hurricane Irma, Earl, Elizabeth, and I worked for 3 days on the emergency management phone line. Lately, we've been doing a lot of food drives, reaching out to those in our community that are in need. Taught many years at church, the 4th and 5th grade class there. Great age, love that age. So we've been very, very involved for many years. Earl and I owned several small businesses. We had a window tinting and sign shop in downtown Ocala for almost 20 years. Before that, we had a baseball card store and a bicycle shop. I am a healthcare, hospice-specific healthcare recruiter. Been doing that since 2000. Clients hire me from all over the country to find them key staff members for their organizations. It has taught me, being a recruiter, I've interviewed thousands of people, hundreds of them have been hired by my client. It taught me not to be swayed by the misdirection of great communicators. When someone gives you their resume, they're putting their best foot forward. It's taught me to ask critical questions, to ask those tough questions, and to look at those things critically. I think all of those things combined make me the perfect fit for the school board. To look at documents, there's a lot of documents that we look at as a school board, to look at those critically, to ask those tough questions, and to quickly be able to get to the root of those things that need to be asked. Our number one primary goal is the education of our children here in Marion County, and I think I am the school board member that can do those things. Thank you.
Go ahead.
So I think the biggest concern that we're going to face right now in our education system is our budget. We have no idea what the fallout from COVID-19 is going to be. I can't imagine there's not going to be a significant financial shortfall as we continue to go through this. And so looking at our budget, critically looking, tightening our belt, trying to find ways that we're already doing a fantastic job, but we're going to have a financial shortfall. And so I think that's going to be the biggest concern that we have right now with our education system. So I hear a lot of that, especially in our retirement communities, that I've already educated my children. I don't really care about school board. The thing that I always say is your tax dollars are still going to the education of children here in Marion County. So it is important that you know where those tax dollars are going, and that you have people in the school board in those positions that are doing the very best that they can with the tax dollars that you are contributing to the education of the children of Marion County. So discipline is something that I think that we need to look at. Bullying is a real problem in our school system, and it's a problem in our world. Social media has made it so that we can say things and do things on social media and not face-to-face, and I think that's becoming an issue in that face-to-face interaction. One of the concerns that I have right now is the children that, for whatever health reason, will not be wearing a mask. So I'm concerned that those children may be ridiculed, or vice versa. And so I think that the bullying discipline policy, we need to really take a look at that. It's in the past, it's been if a child is being bullied, then that child is moved to a different class. not the children that are doing the bullying. So I think we need to really take a look at that. We just need to be nice, and we need to teach our parents, you need to teach your kids, just be nice.
Hi, I'm Allison B. Campbell, candidate for Marion County School Board District 1, and you can improve our schools with ABC. I am running predominantly on a platform of attendance, which is the A, being budget smart and budgeting wisely, and communication. You know what's interesting about my candidacy is when I declared 13 months ago, we didn't have any idea what spring 2020 was going to look like for any of us. As the only candidate, as a parent of Marion County public school students right now, I was able to witness firsthand how 17 different teachers delivered education to our students in the spring. Some of them did it incredibly well, some of them not so much. We absolutely have to make sure we do it better by our children and by our community this fall, and I'm excited to know that at least we're on a pathway to get there. I also saw this whole pandemic from another perspective because I was teaching a class at the College of Central Florida. So I had to take my class from being face-to-face to online. My students also enjoyed online learning during that time. However, they really missed that face-to-face interaction. So I saw that from a professor's standpoint. As a small business owner, I actually worried about my clients and how the economic downturn would impact them. And also I work with the Community Foundation and all the nonprofits providing essential services. So I see this from a multifaceted perspective, and I bring all of those perspectives to the Marion County School Board District 1 seat. I'm looking very forward to getting to know many more of you throughout this campaign, and you can certainly reach out to me at any time on abc4schools.com. That's abc4schools.com, and I look forward to getting to know all of you, and I know that we can improve our schools with ABC. Allison B. Campbell is me. So the role of a school board member is to manage the budget and to implement policy, to make policy and make sure those policies are implemented. So I firmly believe that attendance has been a strong issue that we really need to tackle within the school board. Days of truancy and parents being held accountable are long gone, and I really would like for that to come back. That is a school board policy that we could write right now and ensure that our parents are held accountable for their students' attendance, including those in extracurricular activities, that they would have an attendance policy that currently our school board does not have. I do believe that attendance, as the saying goes, 80% of success is showing up. So if we can make sure that our students are actually in classes, whether that looks like online or actually face-to-face, we want to make sure that they are present and available for their learning, and that is one of the strongest areas that Marion County School Board needs to address. So I have voters oftentimes ask, especially those who have moved from outside of Marion County to this area. I'm one of those. I actually chose to live here, just like many of our retirees who have chosen to live here. But they often ask, why do I have to still pay a school tax whenever I don't have kids in the system? So the answer that I always give to that is, while you may not have children currently in the system, I can just about guarantee you that that clerk at the grocery store or the ambulance driver or the nurse, the home health aide, someone who you are receiving services, vital services for your survival in Marion County, was educated in Marion County schools. And I do know that as long as we all agree that the education our students receive right now is going to impact this community for generations, we have to get it right. And so as long as you continue contributing, we'll make sure that we do get it right.
So discipline is so multifaceted, especially in the scenario that we're in right now. We have no concept of what our students have been enduring for the last 100+ days. Social media harassment, social media bullying. We honestly don't know what's been happening in these summer months and extended months. So I do have some concerns about how that has been looked at and ready to start addressing some of those issues again at the school level. However, when you talk about discipline directly, I know that we have pretty good bullying policy in place. We do have a need for greater behavioral specialists, I believe, for a greater presence on campus so that they might be able to address issues early on. So we might be able to get to the issue before it actually becomes into a discipline challenge. But additionally, I want to make sure that we have policies in place that allow kids to make mistakes and to be able to correct those mistakes without first going to an immediate, hardcore disciplinary action.
Hi, my name is Lori Conrad, and I'm running for School Board District 1. I am a mom of two, Will and Hannah. Will is 26 and Hannah is 22, and they have both been through the Marion County Public Schools, just as my husband and I have also. We went to rivalry schools. Tom went to Vanguard and I went to Forest, and both of our parents went through Ocala High also. I wanted to share with you that I am a veteran teacher. I've been in the classrooms of Marion County for the last 25 years. I have been working hands-on with kids on a daily basis, so I know a lot of the issues that we are facing. One of my top priorities in becoming a member of the school board is to continue our push for safe schools. When we were in school back in the day, the doors were unlocked, and children and parents went back and forth freely. We didn't have security systems or gates keeping everyone in or others out, but that's not the case today. I'm really proud of our Safe Schools program, and I want to make sure that we continue that initiative. I also want to make sure as we implement new guidelines for COVID, children coming in and out of our campus and parents too, that we readdress those policies to make sure that we have covered all of our bases. I would also like to put effort into our attendance policy. We have attendance policies in place here in Marion County, but I would like to see us get some teeth and make sure that our kids are getting to school on time, because we all know if they're missing the first hour or two of the day, they're missing reading instruction, which of course drives home the input that they have on the rest of their curriculum. I also think it's important to enforce behavior. We've got classes full of kids. We have a lot of work to make up for missing the last quarter, and I would like to see everybody focused and ready to learn. If we're having struggles with behavior, it's not fair for one child to steal the education of all the rest. Thank you very much. So my biggest concern in our schools today is going to be returning and taking care of the learning gap. Last year in fourth quarter, we had 50% of our children not participate in the last portion of their educational experience. So when kids come back to school here in August, I'm anxious to get going on a specific and systematic program where we can assess where students are and begin meeting their needs so we can begin that growth track as soon as possible. I think this is going to continue on throughout at least the first semester of our school year, because we are going to also have children in and out of the classroom weekly with following COVID regulations. So I feel strongly about getting a program or a system in place to help us reach all of our children so they can meet their learning potential. Okay, I know that nobody wants to pay taxes, but I just want you to think for a minute of how important the education is for our students that are in school now and will be soon, even younger children. I want you to think about your health care. I want you to think about your food service. I want you to think about who comes into your home to repair your phone, your electricity, who's driving the truck that's next to you on the highway. So all of those things are extremely important in our day-to-day lives as an adult, and we want to make sure that the next generation that's caring for us and providing for us and meeting our daily needs have a great education and work experience so that we can keep moving forward as a county. School discipline is an intricate part of what we do day in and day out at school. And I would like to encourage all children, all students, to show up to school prepared to learn. Respect those around you and put forth your best effort. I would like to see administration in Marion County follow through with behavior referrals and assign the appropriate consequences so that we don't have some students stealing the educational time from our other students. That being said, there's a lot of positive things that have been going on in our schools, and I know will continue to go on in our schools, and I hope that we'll be able to recognize those students that are making positive change, being kind to their friends and their peers, helping others, and just really put a push towards finding students and kids that are putting forth positive effort.